Hello, dear vinyl community and music lovers. Yes, today I am a preposterous guy. Today I'm bragging about my super hyper musical taste. No kidding. I wanted to share my 10, 15, 15 favorite bands, and I will show one of their outputs. I like this. I was always a list guy. I knew earlier we would sit together in youth in our homes, listening to music, making all kinds of lists: best drum solo, best voice, best vocals, best sound, best live album, best list this, and best list that. So I decided, why not sharing? It's fun to share your favorite bands, and it's not easy. I just picked 15, and the ranking may vary according to brain temperature. So let's see. I know some will disagree, but this is the best I could figure it out right now. I will start with rank number 15, a beautiful band I saw live many times. I love their albums. I stopped listening to them after some records because those who come after the last one I bought, I lost track of them. So rank number 15, New Mortal Army. Beautiful band, fantastic output. Ghost of Cain was the first album I had. Then came this one, my favorite of them, Thunder and Consolation. Then comes Impurity. Then comes Love of the Hopeless Causes. And wow, what really great albums. What really good musicians. I met them at the Go Bang Festival in the 90s. Beautiful people, Justin Sullivan. Fantastic band. Rank number 15, New Mortal Army. Thunder and Consolation, Ghost of Cain. Fantastic. Rank number 14 is a prog metal band called COHEED and Cambria. Those who know them know that they are deeply involved with comic stories, the Avery Wars, it's called. This is their output, Second Stage Turbine Blade. This is the white pressing. Extremely rare in shrink minty condition blade, maybe 5 times. I bought it for 40 euros at the when it came out. Now it's about 300, 400, 500 euros on Discogs. I will not part with it until I need really money, because I love that album. I love their output. In Keeping the Silent of Secret Earth is also fantastic. The good Apollo outputs are fantastic. One is called Ink Something with Tomorrow. Yeah, they have such really good albums. I lost track of them also lately, but the first 5-6 albums are world-class prog metal. Saw them live many times. Fantastic band. Rank number 13. The native speakers call them Accept. The Germans say Accept. Of course, Accept, it is correct. The pronunciation is not on the A. The German metal freaks, they say, hey, Accept is so great. But actually it's called, of course, Accept is so great. I love Balls to the Walls. I love Breaker. Balls to the Wall, Breaker, Restless and Wild, Metal Heart, Russian Roulette. And then I kind of lost track of them too, because Udo Dirkschneider at one point left them. I was frustrated. I didn't like it without Dirkschneider. Still don't like it so much. The new ones are good. The newer ones, Stalingrad and what is it called? Something with Rage. Yeah. But for me, those are the best. Breaker, Restless and Wild, and Balls are my top 3 Accept records. Untouchable. Fantastic. Great. Accept. Number 13. Number 12. The Doors. I don't have to say much about them. I show you, like in the last video, my favorite Doors record is the LA Woman. I love the Doors. At least 5 fantastic records. Soft Parade I'm fighting with. I have to listen to it again. But the first 5 are, in my opinion, fantastic records. And so, of course, I can put them in my top 15. Sometimes I would rank them higher. But today, when I made the list, they ranked 12. The Doors. Then, again, a German metal band. Rank number 11, Scorpions. Love their output up to Savage Amusement, Sting in the Tail. But for me, Scorpions means the early decade. Lonesome Crow is fantastic. It's not metal, it's crowd rockish, hard rock. Then In Trance, then Virgin Killer, Animal Magnetism, Love Drive. Wow. Fly to the Rainbow, Uli John Roth. Fantastic band. I don't care if they commercialized at the end. But their first 5, 6, 7, 8 records up to, like I said, Love at First Sting I also love very much. Scorpions will always be in my heart. This was one of the first records I ever heard on a stereo system of a friend. It was a Telefunken, huge at that time. And this beginning of Blackout, it blew me away. Hearing this Flying V from Schenker bursting out of the speakers, my God, I still remember it and I still get goosebumps when I hear it today. Not a filler on that record here. So 11 would be the Scorpions. 10. German power metal band Halloween. This is their debut EP, self-titled, 5 songs, 5 milestones. Untouchable in my opinion. This is the German speed power metal at perfection. Not 1 second is useless on that one. All are fantastic songs. Walls of Jericho followed it. Not bad. Good record. Then the Keeper albums are fantastic. And after Hansen and Kiske left, I said, not for me. I stopped listening to them. The new one is not bad. I met Kai Hansen at the airport in Hamburg 2 years ago. He was flying to Ibiza for the last finish of the record. I asked him, man, I hope you contributed a lot to the new record because your stuff is the best. And he said, yes. And what a lie, man. I think they outvoted him because he only got the credits for one long track at the best of the record. But I would have more from him on the record. I would have liked much more from him on the record, but only one song. But the first 4 Halloweens, masterpieces. Kiske, phew, what a great vocalist. So, number 10, Halloween. Number 9, Judas Priest. Rocking out to them in my youth in my room with my friends on tennis records. I mean, the live album, Up and Down and All Around. If it was really a live album, it was certainly, but not full. But Judas Priest, of course, is such a great band, such fantastic output. Also some mixed stuff is there. Sin After Sin, Sad Wings of Destiny, Stained Glass, Breaking the British Steel, Point of Entry, and all this good stuff. What is the other one? Screaming for Vengeance, Defenders of the Faith. And I agree, I admit, I also love Turbo. I really love Turbo. Sue me. So Priest will always have the place in the 15 most favorite bands of mine. I love them. I love their early output especially. And up to I followed them up to Painkiller, and then this whole thing with when Halford left, I was not inspired anymore. But up to Painkiller, wow, what a great band. I wish Defenders of the Faith would have a much better sound. This is my favorite album of them together with Stained Glass. Yeah, what to do. Number 8, the Beatles. I love the Beatles. I am there with Lemmy, one of the greatest bands of all time. I mean, I don't have to say much more about them. I love them. They are certainly in my top 10 bands. This album and Revolver are my favorites. This is the mono pressing from 2009, if I'm not mistaken. Beautiful, beautiful pressing. Well, I bought it for 30 euros or 28 on Amazon, and now minty shrink wrap stuff, 180, 200 now. Will not sell them. Fantastic one. Beatles number 8. Then Pink Floyd is number 7. Yeah, I prefer Pink Floyd to the Beatles, I admit. But maybe tomorrow I would prefer the Beatles one step over the Pink Floyd. But Pink Floyd will always have this place in my heart for their album The Wall, Wish You Were Here. Animals are my 3 top Pink Floyd albums. It varies. Sometimes Animals is at the top, sometimes Wish You Were Here, sometimes The Wall. But when I first heard The Wall, the German pressing, again on my friend's Telefunken stereo, and still today, the sound, the recording, the production of this album is, for me personally, what means analog. This is such a great production, such a freaking huge soundstage. I love The Wall. It's not depressing for me. I have this melancholic streak in my heart. I love melancholic music, and The Wall will always have this special place in my heart, like The Cure's Disintegration when you are in this mood. This is such a fantastic record, but like I said, Animals and Wish You Were Here, Dark Side of the Moon also. Pink Floyd, number 7. Now people will stone me and crucify me, but I don't give a flying F. Number 6 for me is Rush. I thank Patrick, the vinyl archivist, for letting me jump on the Rush train, giving me a kick by his very nice advices and quality, hangouts when he plays Rush. He helped me so much getting into the groove of Rush. I just put now here the moving pictures, but actually my favorite would be this, Hold Your Fire, and Permanent Waves. Permanent Waves has for me the best A-side of Rush. I mean, these 3 songs, Spirit of Radio, Free Will, and Jacob's Ladder. Yeah, show me a better A-side. Okay, this is also a fantastic record. Rush, such a good band. Of course, Hate and Love, the vocals. Early Geddy Lee is a little bit annoying to my ears, but at one point he went a little bit more mellow. He mellowed out. Yeah, forgive me my offense. But the beginning is too much screaming, too much aching my tinnitus. But then over the time from 2112, it became more agreeable with my humble ears, and the later stuff. I like all of the records I heard from Rush up to now, but for me, like I said, the electronic is not Power Windows and Signals I also like very much, but for me it's more these experimental prog side of Rush and the rock side, like Permanent Waves, like Hemispheres. I love Hemispheres. I love Moving Pictures, Hold Your Fire. Perfect musicians. Very sympathetic, very friendly guys. Alex Lifeson was in the Trailer Park Boys. He played the part in that TV show, and I found him hilarious and really very hardy guy. So Rush, number 6, excellent output. What a career, and what musicians. 5. Of course, it should be there. Led Zeppelin. Of course, in rock, I would say surely my favorite rock band, if you want to say like that, because the first 4 places are metal or hard rock metal, you can say. But Led Zeppelin is clearly my favorite rock band. I love the first 4 records. I love Physical Gravity. I love Houses of the Holy Presence. Into the Outdoor, I need to go more into it, but man, for me Led Zeppelin is just one of the greatest rock bands of all time, if not the one. I read so many biographies of them. It was like, it must have been a crazy time seeing them live at their peak. Fantastic, love them. Hunted down the first 4 Blum records, hunted the Monarch. This is the Monarch pressing. I did a video of them. Yes, maybe one day I will have one of those Robert Ludwig, but yeah, dream on. 5, Led Zeppelin. Now 4, again, people will sue me now and stone me. I don't give a crap. This is my number 4, yes. I really love ACDC. Yes, they always play the same song. Duh. Who cares? I don't care, and actually and factually it's not true. This album is a glorious 40 minutes of hard rock or slightly metalish Music. If you don't like Back in Black, I can't help you. 10 hymns for all times. What a sound, what a production, what a comeback, blah blah blah. ACDC will always be in my top 5 bands because I love both of the eras. I love the early stuff, Power Age, High Voltage, Dirty Deeds, everything. Let There Be Rock. My God, Highway to Hell. All this beginnings Bon Scott stuff is fantastic. Recently I listened to the newer ones. I like what is it? Black Eyes. I like Power Up. Really good stuff. I never heard Blow Up Your Video. Love that album. I never heard Stiff Upper Lip. Love it. I never heard, what is the other one? Razor's Edge. I like it also, but I cannot listen to Thunderstruck anymore. I got sick of it like anything. But for me, this early stuff up to, yeah, I even like Fly on the Wall. I like Flick of the Switch. I love these records. But up to For Those About to Rock, perfect albums, in my humble opinion. AC/DC 4. Number 3. Now these are interchangeable, I know, but today, number 3, Black Sabbath, one of my top 3 bands all time. Every time when I make a list, they will be there, because their first 6 records are so good, especially the first 4. I am one of the guys who prefer Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, and this one are my 2 favorite Sabbath records. It changes. Sometimes it's the Volume 4, sometimes it's the Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. I hunted down all, I will show in another video, I hunted down all UK first pressings of this extremely beautiful record with this inlet. You see this, what is inside this little booklet, you can see. Yeah, at that time I pay never more than 150 for a record, and I got them all around that price, all in near mint condition. I hunted them down, this World Vertigo labels 1, 2, 3, 4, so that means the debut, Paranoid, Masters of Reality in the cardboard box where you can top load it, and Volume 4. Then I got the Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath as UK first, and Sabotage also as UK first. But the first 4 are my favorite Sabbath of all time, and this may be the best for me, together with Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. Untouchable, those 4. 5 you can say. Heaven and Hell, Dios, Area, Mob Rules, love it. Life Evil, fantastic. Also this, what is it called, with the cross, Headless Cross, I also like very much. Some of the Tony Martin stuff I also love. But for me, Black Sabbath means Ozzy Osbourne, so top number 3, Black Sabbath. Now sometimes 1 and 2 I exchange. Today, number 2 will be sometimes number 1. For me, Iron Maiden, together with my number 1, is the greatest heavy metal band of all time. And actually, if I'm honest, their output tops my number 1, but my heart beats more for my number 1. But the output of Iron Maiden up to today, including Senjutsu and all the last records, is fantastic. Especially the first 6 Iron Maiden are untouchable, are albums in perfection. I never heard one bad song on the first 6 records. I love the Dianos, the first 2, Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, Power Slave, Caught Somewhere in Time, and Seventh Son of a Seventh Son. These 6 are such excellent records, and what followed, except for one was really this Blaze Bailey I didn't like, and maybe 2-3 records where they lost touch with their inner spirit. I stopped listening to them then after Dickinson left, then came back with Brave New World, fantastic record, Dance of the Death, fantastic record, and all those who followed. And I love Senjutsu. I love those. Book of Souls is also a fantastic record. Their output is nothing less than stunning and praiseworthy. So sometimes I put Maiden on number 1, sometimes today number 2. But clearly the output is magnificent. So, but I grew up, my metal life and my life in rock and metal started with this album. I think I never heard any albums more than the first 3 of Metallica. So my number one is Metallica, and I think it will always be either Maiden or Metallica. Today it's Metallica. Kill 'Em All I chose because it started everything. I went with my mother to the record shop, and there was the letter M, and right at M, here was M, and then I saw this blood and the hammer. I was like, oh my god, I just read this in the German Metal Hammer. Grab 20 marks, 20 German marks, 1999. I got it, the Roadrunner, that time, and my friend and I went home and we listened to Hit the Lights, and we were blown the fuck away. The solo of Hammond in that song, I mean, come on. And then the waiting for Ride the Lightning when it arrives with the post, and Master of Puppets. So Metallica, my number one. You can say whatever you like. I also love their later output, not that much less like this one, but I like Justice for All. I like the Black Album. I love it, the Black Album. I like Load and Reload. In my humble opinion, they should have put Load and Reload in one album. So that would be much better, because I love many songs on both, and there are also some fillers. If they would have had the courage to put them together in one and call it Load and fuck Reload. So it would be really a good thing and a good record, because sound-wise, it's good stuff. And like I said, good songs on that too, but also some boring stuff is there. I am one of those who also love Saint Anger. Sue me, stone me, I don't give a shit. I love Saint Anger. It has this catastrophic vibe. This when they are at their worst. I mean, watch the movie and you will see. But for me, the first two songs, Frantic, Saint Anger, Unnamed Feeling, Monster, I like. What is this called? Amber is a one good song. Yeah, you can say Ulrich did some really stupid thing with his snare. I would never have done this. I played drums many years in a punk and metal band. I would never have put the sound of the snare in such a miserable way, but he wanted to be, I don't know what he wanted to be. It sounds sucky, but also quite rough, raw. So I'm one of those who say, great stuff, I like Saint Anger. For that time, good album. For me, it's a good album. Not in the categories of the classics, Justice for All. This is one album today you hear so much about remix that and remix that. I'm talking about remix, not remaster. Remaster, it's too much. Remix, they should totally if I have one desire, I don't need the remix of Revolver, I don't need a remix of Rubber Soul, I don't need a remix of this and that. I need a remix of And Justice for All, for fuck's sake. They should really do a remix, and they should go over their huge egos and please put in the bass lines of Newsted and get lost of the high frequency, man, and the dry sound. Put a little bit freaking reverb or some stuff in it to make it pleasurable. Please, this would be one desire. Remix, not remaster. Remix, Justice for All. Do yourself a favor to become humble and please the metal community. Please release that album before you go to the wherever you go when you die. But please, that would be such fantastic move from Metallica to really let someone, Flemming Rasmussen it would be awesome. Just put in Jason Newsted bass so that we can hear it. Like, I say one thing, if they would have done it like the $5 something 98 EP, the Garage Days, sounds a ton better than Justice for All. There you can hear Newsted. If Justice for All would have had that sound of the Garage EP, what a world-class record. Of course, the songs are too big and too much friggity-doo, but if they would have done it in the sound of the Garage EP, my god, it would have been perfect. This is my humble opinion, and these have been my 15 all-time favorite bands. Peace.